Thank you, Rahim. It's the first time that I've been invited to this meeting, and I did not know actually that this kind of activity is going on in this area. And I was talking to Rahim yesterday for the first time, and I just wanted to understand what this meeting entails to and what we expect. So, my apologies at the start that my presentation might come as a bit harsh, but or a bit blunt. But I just want to talk about how I felt when I entered. So if I don't do that, then I don't think that I'm doing my presentation. So you need to know that how the community, how the public feels about it when the burglary is happening. We have been living in this area for the last 10 years or 11 years, and I've been working as a certain transport surgeon. On a view to I have put that one, and this is the second time we were burgled. So the first attempt was in 2012 or 13. Luckily, we did not lose anything because we had a 24-hour walker at home and we had a dog at home. So they saved us that time, but this time we were not lucky. So as you know, the thefts were going on in the area quite a bit, and I think I was hearing every day that a car was stolen. And if I did not hear that a car was stolen earlier, there was something was missing on that. The same thing happened to us. So that we worked hard, and we wanted to buy this car. This was a dream car for us. Actually, it was delivered on the 8th of March. I remember the day because it was my mom's birthday. I was very happy. But this car came. We didn't know that this was going to stay for a very short time with us. 30th of June, that was a Sunday. So on Saturday night, I and my wife were working till late, and we slept at around 1:30 or so. And we woke up in the morning around 7 o'clock. The door was broken, the windows were open, and I asked my wife if the car was gone. So it was a very stressful time at that time, but I came in the damage control board immediately, and then I called the police, and then suddenly I realized that I left my wallet in the car also, the wallet also gone with the car. And I think that was the main hassle because all the credit cards were there in the car, in the wallet at that time. So the police came after some time, there was a report, and they made the report, and they gave us some advice, and the police said that, and then told us that what happens to the car. And that was quite frustrating to me, that they knew that either the cars go out of the country immediately, or the cars are dismantled and they are sold as a part. And my frustration was that if we know that this thing happens to these cars, then why are we not sorting this thing? Why are we not doing anything about this stuff? So that was my frustration at that time. Anyway, impact of burglary, we all know that the impact of burglary is quite a bit financial, though you have insurances and all these things, but we still lose a lot of money. In this burglary, I must have lost around £4,000 to £5,000, but that is okay. I can manage that. Most of the people can manage that. Okay, the hassle to, but we feel that that we have got all the insurances and we'll get the money back from the insurances, but it's not easy. Dealing with the insurances is very, very difficult. I mean, in 6 months now, I still haven't got the money from the insurances, and the number of phone calls, the number of letters, the number of emails they go through. I had to take a week off from my work to sort out all those things. And I lost my identity with the wallet. First time I felt that I lost my identity. So I did not understand the meaning of loss of identity till I lost it. My driving license was there, my credit card was there, they had all the information about me. And I was worried about my bank accounts and all those things. And going and changing your bank accounts when both of us are working, it's not easy. It's very, very difficult. But I think the most important impact is the psychological impact. There are a lot of studies out there. I looked at it. There are a lot of studies out there which show that the psychological impact can be considerable and it can be for the rest of your life also. I'm a transplant surgeon. Okay, my most of the work is during the night. It's not that it's a dodgy work, but that's the way it works. So I have to go out on the parade during the night, and my wife is at home now alone. Okay, it has got impact on my working, my way of working now, that when I go to operate during the night, my wife is at home. In the early days when we had the burglary, I used to give my phone with the camera on to my nurse to keep a watch on my house when I'm operating. It sounds very odd, but if something is happening and she comes and tells me while I'm operating that there's something happening in your house, I don't know what's going to happen. So I stopped that practice. But I'm just trying to allude that how much psychological impact you have got when you have got a burglary in your house. So it's not that you can blame each other. I think we all are in this one. So public, we are the main stakeholders. We have to keep our houses safe and our property safe. And I mean, it's tremendous to see that how much research and development has gone in protecting your houses and protecting your property. Okay, from the different type of gear, from different type of alarms, we have seen few things here, from different type of alarms, from security companies. People spend a lot of money on their security. So we do our bit, what we have to do. Okay, but then it comes the police and the government. Okay. I think the people have. I was sort of annoyed to hear that people have a great faith in saying that if you had a burglary at your house, nothing is going to happen. Everybody was 100% that nothing is going to happen. The police will come, you get a crime reference number, and then you get an email after 7 days or 10 days, and they did not find anything. And this gentleman said that also, that even the police didn't come to, they just gave the crime reference, and the same thing happened to me also. Okay? You know, the first time that at that time also a lot of burglaries were going on. Quite a bit of my friends in the community, they were burglared at that time. And same thing. So in 2012 and 2021, nothing has changed for me. Nothing has changed for me. It's the same thing which happened. And then we heard that and the policeman came and they said to me that, you know, the force, the number of people in the force has gone down quite significantly. Government has cut the funding to the police. You know. So they are also responsible for that. But our income tax has not gone down. We keep on paying the same income tax all the time. Now that's going up. I park a car somewhere wrongly. Okay, it's 99% time that I will get a ticket or I will get an income, and then I'll have to pay for it. I don't pay my income tax by 31st of January. I'll get a letter on 1st of February that you have been fined for this. Okay? But if my car is, if I am burgled, there's a very likely chance that nothing will happen. I'm sorry to say this, Alan, but I think this is what I wanted to say, that you understand how the community and how the people feel about it. You have a lot of work to do. Okay, so I'm a doctor. I've been working as a doctor in this country for the last 20 years now, and we have got a lot of responsibility. So we are in a business where the life and death is at stake. I'm a surgeon, I can say that not all the doctors are in the same situation, but we have got a life and death at stake. If something goes wrong, people can die, or people can have morbidity for the rest of their life, so it can have impact on the rest of their life if something goes wrong with it. But if something goes wrong in our field, we are heavily monitored. So there will be a departmental inquiry, there will be inquiry in the trust, and then there can be inquiry of the GMC, the Micro Council. So we can end up losing our registration with the GMC, or we can lose it, or we can lose the job. But I just want to know that if the things are not proceeding in the other what it's called, the government services which serve the people, how they are monitored, whether they are monitored, if the burglaries are increasing and nothing is happening at that time, how they are monitored, how the public comes to know that they are being monitored or something is happening at that time. That's my question. I really want to know. Okay, so I'll just come to end quickly that I know at this point, the way I feel that I know there are two certainties, like I was told that there are two certainties, like death is going to happen and income tax, you have to pay income tax. Okay? But I pledge to believe, and all my friends and community people in the community that believe also, burglary at your house is also going to happen.
And it does, did you have a tracker on the car?
Sorry?
Did you have a tracker?
Well, so BMW has got a tracker on the car. I did not have it on my phone. That's another thing I wanted to speak about. Because it happened on Sunday, so I contacted the BMW on Monday or Tuesday. I was trying to contact them, and then they said to me, "Sorry, we can't tell you. The police has to come and tell. The police has to call." I said, "We will tell the police." So I had to call the police to tell them to call BMW. Why it was not just immediate at that time? So by the time they tried to track the car in 48 hours, already south of country from. And that's what police tells me that it goes, how it goes out of country. If we know that it goes out of country, then we cannot put something in place that it should not be going onto the ship or something. Why the car is going on the ship? There should be some checks on that. I mean, this is my way of thinking. It might not be that simple, but
it's logical.
Yeah, but yeah. Thank you.